If it's OPC, we've got it covered. Welcome to OPC Expert Plugged In, where we break down the tech and tackle real-world challenges. Let's dive in.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into something pretty interesting, where industrial operations meet, well, a tool most of us use almost daily, Microsoft Excel.
Right, because usually when you think about getting data out of industrial systems, it feels complicated.
Exactly. Specialized tools, maybe some complex setups. It can seem like a barrier if you just want to do some quick analysis or, get a report together.
But that's where this specific thing we looked into comes in. It's a feature called OPC to Excel, which is part of a software called OPC Expert.
Think of it like a translator, making industrial data talk spreadsheet language.
That's a good way to put it.
So our mission for this deep dive is pretty clear. We want to show you how this feature offers a, frankly, surprisingly direct way to pull that OPC data, live data, historical data, right into Excel.
Yeah, the idea is you can leverage it for analysis, for reporting, without needing deep technical dives or separate specialized software for every little thing.
Getting a clearer picture of the plant floor, but using tools you already know.
So let's unpack it. What is OPC to Excel, practically speaking?
Okay, yeah. So fundamentally, it's a built-in function within OPC Expert. You've got all this data coming from your machines, right? Temperatures, pressures, counts.
Standard OPC stuff.
Right. OPC is the protocol, the standard for sharing that info. What OPC to Excel does is it lets you essentially pipe that data stream directly into an Excel sheet.
And the real kicker is using Excel's own features, charts, formulas, pivot tables, whatever, directly on that industrial data.
It's geared toward the folks already in the thick of it, isn't it? Automation engineers, process folks.
Exactly. It fits their workflow rather than demanding they learn a whole new system from scratch.
Makes sense. Okay, so the big question then is, how does it work? What's the user experience like? What are the key features?
Well, a big point they emphasize is the drag and drop interface.
Which can sometimes sound like marketing fluff, but here
it seems pretty literal. Instead of writing connection strings or, complex scripts, you visually find the data points you want in OPC Expert and just drag them over to your Excel cells.
Okay, that does sound easy.
Yeah.
So data's in Excel, is it just static numbers? Or?
No, that's a key point. It lets you both read and write data to OPC servers from Excel.
Oh, okay. So reading is seeing the live values update.
Exactly. Real-time monitoring right there in your spreadsheet. But the writing part is interesting too.
How so?
Depending on permissions and setup, you could potentially adjust set points or send commands back to the system from Excel.
Really? From a spreadsheet cell?
Potentially, yeah. Controlled adjustments using that familiar interface.
Okay, so it's definitely not just a static snapshot then.
Not at all. It supports real-time integration, so your cell values change as the plant conditions change, crucial for live monitoring.
Right.
But it also handles historical data access, so
Right.
if you need to see, say, last shift's performance.
You can pull that history into Excel too.
Yep. It supports the main standards for this OPC BA for the live stuff, OPC HDA for historical data, and OPC UA, which kind of covers both and adds more modern features.
Got it.
Yeah.
EA, HDA, UA. So live data, past data, it's all there in Excel. Then you just use Excel's tools.
Precisely. That's the whole point. Want a trend chart? Use Excel's charting. Need a custom calculation and efficiency metric? Just type the formula in Excel, referencing the cells with the OPC data.
You're using the power of Excel, but fueled by real industrial data.
Exactly.
And does this require some super specific brand new version of Excel? Or is it flexible?
Seems very flexible. They say it works with Excel versions from 2003 right up to Office 365.
Wow, okay. That covers a lot of ground.
Yeah, and a wide range of Windows, too, from XP up to Windows 11, plus the server versions, so broad compatibility.
What about setting it up? Is it an IT nightmare, needing admin rights all the time?
That's another interesting point. They make no admin privileges needed after the initial setup.
Ah, so once it's installed, a regular user can configure their own connections.
Seems that way, which in many lockdown industrial environments is a pretty big deal. Less hassle, less waiting for IT.
Definitely. What makes this OPC to Excel feature stand out?
I think the intuitive drag-and-drop interface is a major one. Compared to writing code or dealing with complex config files, it's just simpler.
Lowering that technical barrier again.
Exactly. And the minimal configuration, often just clicking connect once OPC Expert sees the server, No deep registry dives or constant admin rights needed.
The broad Excel support, too, you mentioned.
Yeah, working with old and new Excel is a big plus in mixed environments. And supporting multiple OPC specifications, DA, HDA, UA, means it talks to almost anything out there, old or new.
So for all of you listening out there, now that you know about this tool, what will you do with it?
What problems will you solve? What insights will you uncover?
The possibilities are endless.
Ye are.
So go out there, explore, experiment, and never stop learning.
Until next time, keep those minds curious and those spreadsheets open.